felt it wasn't fair that children had to go through this because they had parents who were working full-time jobs, working so hard, but they just couldn't afford to feed their children. And I felt that wasn't fair, so I wanted to try to do something about it. And so I told my mom about it, and we did some research, and we came up with $44.88. That's the amount of money a single mom receiving social assistance with one child would have to spend on food for 5 days. So we tried living on that, we tried buying our food with that amount of money, and so we did it, and we barely made it through the week. One interesting thing that we had to put back, the cart. We just didn't have that quarter. So, kind of gives you a bit of a look like, whoa, I can't have a cart because it would take away from my budget. Yikes. But then, so we lived on that amount for 5 days, and it was difficult. I found it was just so much different from what I'm used to. Feeling at a meal. Like, I was always worried that my mom would have enough to eat. I was worried that I'd have enough to eat for tomorrow. I was worried that I'd actually have enough money if we ran out of food. That was the big one. And I found that you don't normally think so much about the food as about the money.
You eat different things?
Yeah, actually, I tried some interesting dishes that I've never had before and probably don't ever want to have again.
And there was also part of Quinn's challenge is, although the amount of money that the challenge proposes is for a single parent and a single child, we felt it's not a good thing to recommend people try that with a child because of the nutrition factor. Like, these two were not eating well, and there wasn't enough food to help a child grow or to participate in sports. You know, families live on this, and I can't even imagine if you had a teenage child in your household, because they eat a lot, how you would possibly sustain their growth, both physically and mentally and emotionally, right? Like, how could you sustain that for a child's developing brain and body?
To do what I did for 5 days, to live on $44.88 just to spend on food, and then tell people about it when you're done your week. Tell people to pledge money and to donate to cups, and then maybe your friends will try the challenge too. I think that's the main point of the challenge.